Welcome back into the Bottleham series, where our challenge is to rebuild Tottenham with only English players.
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole!
Now, in the previous episode, or in the previous season, and I'm recommending you should go and watch it, link down below, we were, well, terrible. In the league, we barely finished in the Europa League places, while somehow we salvaged this whole season winning the Europa League. Like in real life, you know. So that means that we are playing Champions League this season, which is why we need to bolster this team even more. And finally, actually have a full only English team.
Bottle of water. Bottle of water.
Okay, that's enough. I'm sorry for this terrible English slander. You ain't gonna see it anymore in this video. I'm sorry. Well, we had a full English team, but we had this certain guy still in our team that we needed to offload somehow, and don't worry, we did it. But all of that you're gonna see in this transfer window right now. To kickstart this transfer window, we first brought in a couple of talented youngsters for basically nothing. I mean, Dickwan Trotman and Peter Edwards were brought in for free, while Jeffrey Lloyd, oh, that's a tongue twister for me at least, and friend, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his surname, were brought in for small fees. Well, I think it was worth it, and definitely they can influence this team in a couple of years. I think if you take on this save after we finish, because at the end of the series you're gonna have this save file available for you, I think these players can really contribute. And for our first serious transfer this season, it was Marguerite at the center back position, where we needed to bolster the defense, as in the previous season, and we mentioned it in the previous episode, we leaked loads of goals at the back, which means we need to improve that position, and Marguerite, even though it's a large fee, still, I think it's a justifiable improvement at the center back position. Then we also got Eddie and Katia for the striker position, which can give you at least a couple of hints what happened at that position, as we had a few changes there, and you're gonna see especially in the outs. And then definitely the funniest transfer in this transfer window, where we freed another player, another Manchester United slave, from his shackles. And it's Mason Mount. I think he's a well-rounded player who could be a great backup for us in the midfield, where with the change of the system that you're gonna see, what we actually changed, we needed a few more players, and I think he's the right one for that purpose. But then, on the deadline day, we got one of the best opportunities to buy an amazing player. Even though the fee is really high, 94 million, I think it's justifiable for Levi Colwill from Chelsea. Yeah, I get it, another centre-back, we already have loads, but he's a left-footed centre-back, which is really hard to find, especially being this good. And yeah, Udogie wasn't the only non-English player remaining actually. It was Pepe Matar Sarr, who we sold for 62 million, and Mikey Wandaman, who we sold to Arabs, or Al Hilal, for 60. Our brothers helped us again. Then, a surprising sale of Lucas Bergwall for 53 mil. It wasn't surprising that we sold him, but to Bayern for 53 mil? Crazy. And Udogie, as I mentioned, we sold him, and it was for 40 mil to Milan. Another sale was Gerald Quansah to Lazio for 33.5. I banished him. I promised to you guys that I would kick him out, and yeah, I've done that. The fee was really good compared to what he had done in the club, which was 3 goals in 31 games in the Premier League. Yeah, these guys deserve to be banished. These guys deserve to be publicly executed, but anyways, I at least got money for it. Not for him getting executed, I think, even though he's heading to Chelsea. So yeah, we finished the transfer window, which means we are finally going to start the season. So let's go! To start the season, we got our UEFA Champions League fixtures, which seemed really easy. I mean, at least on the paper. From the first pot we got Portuguese clubs, which was crazy. Definitely easier than expected, and I'm expecting for us to at least get into playoff places, maybe even into top 8. It should be possible with this schedule at least. In the first game in the Premier League this season, we had a tough draw against Brighton. After that, we defeated Nottingham Forest away, where our midfield carried us with Adam Martin on top. And finally Mason Mount scoring, but not only in this game, but even in the next one against Crystal Palace, where we had a comeback draw also away. Crazy Mason Mount, in 3 games, 2 goals. I did not expect this joke of a signing to actually do that well. I'm proud of him, you know? Looking back at the previous season and how we played, I didn't expect us to continue this great form from these first 3 games. I mean, 2 wins and a draw, for Tottenham, it's amazing, but with this goal from Gray, And another here, after this amazing solid dribble where Rashford was selfless and passed to Mainu, who doubled our lead, I was like, okay, we may have a chance to defeat Liverpool actually. And with this amazing Wharton goal here, on his second try, 3-0. We were actually not only winning but battering Liverpool. Not only that, but also from this Brandtweit pass to Mainu, we were winning 4-0 and that was the final result of the game. Crazy. After that Liverpool game, we were able to continue our great form, with a win against Milan in the Champions League and a win against Fulham in the Premier League, all clean sheet by the way. We were able to extend our great form, while also claiming the first place in the Premier League. I mean, at least for now. And yeah, this season actually looks promising. And that's thanks to the effort of our midfield trio of Mainu, Gray and Wharton, which, looking at these stats, they performed amazingly. Also to credit our goalkeeper Ramsdale, who got into his prime, or actually continued it, because in previous season he was actually really good. After that we played a couple of games in the Premier League, with the first one being a draw against Manchester City. A tough game where Solanke was our savior, where after that first early goal there was nothing else for us. After that we had another draw, same scenario basically, but just away against Aston Villa. Yeah, realistically the same thing. Then we suffered our first loss in the Premier League this season, and if I expected anyone to defeat us, it wasn't Sheffield United at least, especially at home. Disappointing. But it needed to happen at least, at some point anyways. Then we returned that loss with a win against Brentford away, where we proved that that loss was just a fluke. Also fun fact, in that game in the background, we won 4-0 with that last Solanke goal. After that Newcastle game, it was 10 games played in the Premier League, which meant that looking at the table, we were second. Also to note, our morale has improved a lot, especially compared to the previous season. Getting all those players that were angry and non-English out of the team, as well as getting on track with great results, has helped us hugely. Now, this is just a proof of GOAT Rashford receiving his accolades for his dominance. I mean, nothing more than that. He deserves this, fully. I mean, I'm not joking, actually he's so good. I don't know how I thought he was gonna be rubbish, but he's amazing. I mean, I can't fault him, he's amazing for my own team, so yeah, I'm happy. But then, looking at our schedule, this is definitely the toughest month. Besides the Champions League fixture against Besiktas, where finally Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is at the bench. I mean, I don't know how to pronounce that man's name. I'm sorry guys, don't flame me. Besides that, let's return back. We have a tough schedule in the Premier League. Games against a small team Chelsea, a small team United, but also another small team Arsenal.
Fuck you, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I'll knock the fuck out you. Damn, man. Hey.
The only really big team is actually Liverpool. But anyways, it's not an easy schedule, and I hope we at least go through this with a couple of points. I wouldn't be disappointed at losing here, actually, but because of this great form, I'm expecting this team to pull off something here. A miracle, at least. And in that first game against Chelsea, we were able to win. It was a 1-0 win, courtesy of our GOAT Rashford, and against this terrible, awful striker and our nemesis, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Then we also won against Manchester United. I mean, expected, it's a small club. After that, then, we were destroyed by Arsenal, and Liverpool especially. Yeah, it wasn't great. Still, at the halfway point of the season, we are still contending for the title. From that easy schedule in the Champions League, we finished in the 9th place. We were so close to the top 8, and the reason why we weren't there was the last game against Benfica, where we lost. Yeah, I'm disappointed at this team. Yeah, we're still in the playoff, and that's where we play against AC Milan. And we even won against them earlier in the season, so I hope at least here we're gonna advance further. In the winter transfer window, a few clubs transferred to their players, which gave us an opportunity to cop a few good ones. And Olisa was the first one. For a fee that I'm not too disappointed about spending at all, I'm actually pretty satisfied, we got an amazing player. Not only that, but also we got Noni Madueke from Chelsea for a solid fee too. Actually, in terms of FM prices, this is amazing. Now seeing this screen tells you everything. I thought we were gonna end this on good terms, but for the fee that I received and his age, as well as new players replacing him on the right wing, I was more than satisfied to even go through this hell. Yeah, I was. Now, at least to this point of the season, Kyle Walker-Peters was one of our heroes. Of course, besides Goat Rashford, he was leading the Premier League in assists and our team, of course. Looking at his ratings and everything, I couldn't be more happy. But then, tragedy struck. Because look at these injuries. It's insane. And we also got a game upcoming against Manchester City. A derby for the first few places means that with these injuries, it's not gonna be easy for us. Now, in this game against Manchester City, everything that could have gone wrong, well, it has gone wrong. First, conceding a goal like this, it never feels good, especially against City. Then, this towering menace of Ruben Dias scored the second, while we at least tried to get back from this amazing Olisa assist and Mount heroic goal. I mean, if I expected anyone to score against City, it definitely wasn't this guy. He's really been underrated this season. After that, not from this amazing shot where Ramsdale and mostly crossbar saved us, Haaland was the one to score and put the finishing touch onto this game. After this disastrous game against Manchester City away, we fell into a disastrous form, barely winning any games. That meant that we dropped to 4th place and even briefly we were actually 5th, which is not even shown here, but that's how terrible we were. We're not that far off the title and there is still a chance in the last 8 games to contend, but it's not looking good, Brad. It's not looking good. Now, you may be asking yourself, what's happening with the Champions League? And yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. We played against Milan and in the first game we lost 2-0, where Mitchell was sent off in the 69th. Nice minute. And in the next one, at home, we tried to come back, but it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And yeah, another unsuccessful spell in the Champions League, especially comparing that to the first season, leaves us disappointed. In the other cup competitions, the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, well, we replicated the same result as in the previous season. We were knocked out in the first round of both. I mean, the draw wasn't that great to us, at least the Arsenal game. But in the league, it may be our year, cause with the next 4 games that weren't even that easy, I mean, these are small clubs, but anyways, we won all 4 of them, meaning that we are still in contention. We are up there, and it's gonna be the run-in against Liverpool that decides who wins the league. And one of our last 4 games is against Arsenal. So let's go on to that one, which could be one of the deciders if we are gonna be able to contend for the first place and win the Champions League. Playing our fierce rivals isn't easy, especially when you're in a title race and you've already lost to them this season in the FA Cup. But with this main no-opener, it gave us some hope that there is still a chance for us to lift the Premier League. After that one, we had this. I mean, what happened here? But Fortune was there to capitalize and put us 2-0 up. Then this Solanke banger. I can't say anything other than that. He was left alone and he proceeded to score that banger. Then Solanke decided to score another one, put us 4-0 up and claim his brace, meaning we are still in the title race against Liverpool. But then in their 35th game, they decided to cast a masterclass from Darwin Núñez in their locker room, which meant that, yeah, he scored 5. I don't know how, but that's it. And this is the situation 3 games before the end. It looks like they sacrificed an animal, because they cast another spell. We got 4 of our players injured, with one being Ramsdale, who's our goalkeeper, and another one being Kyle Walker-Peters, who has 18 assists. That's crazy. But we have to battle with them even without these players. And we still have a fighting chance. I hope so. There are 3 games left in the league. And in the first one, we won against Ipswich. A tough game where Solanke winner was the one to decide the game. In their 36th game, they won against Brighton. That was our only fighting chance basically, because they were actually so close to losing or either drawing, which would have suited us, but no, they won. They came back. I don't know, they cast another spell, I guess. They're using all the black magic they have to win this league. It's really sad because we are a Bottleham club and we were so close to catching up, but there are still 2 games left. It's the second to last game. We need to win, while we need Liverpool to either draw or lose to catch up. And we did our own part, we won. And it was a convincing win with our goat Rashford scoring 2 goals. But they won convincingly. Yeah, we are not winning this league. With this win, they finally and officially became champions. Yeah, I guess their black magic was more than enough to claim the win. Yeah, we couldn't do anything. I'm trying to cope. I'm sorry, I'm trying to cope. Because we were so close. Now, we bottled the chance to actually get the title. But not only that, we almost bottled the second place, as in the last game against Leicester, we drew. While City, who were behind us, they lost to Brighton. If they had won that one, they would have actually been second, as looking at the final table again, they were 2 points behind us. Yeah, we were close to bottling the second place. That's how much of a bottler club we are. It's insane. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a bit longer than the previous ones, but I still hope you enjoy this whole series, as I've put many hours into this. So yeah, a like, maybe even a subscribe if you want, could be nice. Still, you don't need to, I'm not forcing or pushing you, even though you should do that. Yeah, I'm just happy for uploading these videos and if you enjoy it. So yeah, see you guys in the next one, in the second to last season of Bottleham series.